Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji to enlighten us on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta. So thank you so much Mataji for giving your valuable association and time. Now I would like to hand over the call to you Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for warmly welcoming everybody. And thank you all the wonderful devotees for your beautiful association. The only association is the only thing that we hanker for. Okay, so we will start today Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta reading. And today we will start with Madhya Leela, chapter 25, entitled The Residents of Varanasi Become Vaishnavas. And we will start with text number 155. Today the verses will be very simple. It will be a simple storyline, no philosophy as such, and then we'll try to continue with further verses, and today we'll cover the major chunk of the last part of this chapter, which is Madhya Leela, chapter 25. So let's start. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param. Translation. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktichari Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivat Adi Gauru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, dear devotees, so we'll start and let's see a quick context of this chapter about the residents of Varanasi become Vaishnavas. So we have covered almost half, more than half of the chapter. And there, we have seen that how Prakashananda Saraswati, who was the main head of all the Mayavadi sannyasis, he finally bowed down to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and realized his position. And therefore, all the sannyasis, the Mayavad sannyasis, they were actually convinced with the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and finally they surrendered unto him. And then we saw that how Mahaprabhu, he, after defeating the philosophy of the Mayavads and convincing all the Mayavadi sannyasis, he further went to Bindu Madhava temple. The devotees followed him, and then finally Prakashananda Saraswati also came to know, and then he also came on the banks of that river, and there they had this beautiful conversation, in which section we are presently now. And in that, Prakashananda Saraswati was glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that how beautifully he propounded that philosophy and defeated the philosophy of Mayavad. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, see, I am just a simple person, I am an ordinary living being, and I have a very insignificant knowledge, but I can tell you a lot about Srila Vyasadeva, who basically wrote the commentary on all the Brahma Sutras. Right? And then he started on about telling the presence of Omkara, and then he also told about the 4th Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, and then how Krishna is present everywhere, still he is not, and how Maya works, and that we have covered all that in detail. And then Mahaprabhu said that now you can hear about the transcendental knowledge that I want to give you. And then again he started about the 6 attributes, 6 opulences of Krishna. That also we discussed in detail. And then he, Mahaprabhu then told that, now I can tell you about the 3 main processes of any devotional service, that is Sambandha Gyan, then Avidya Gyan, and the Prayojana Gyan. That also he mentioned that how one should try to set up a relationship, a Sambandha with the Supreme Lord, and then should work on those establishing that more further Sambandha, which is Abhidaya, just to attain the Prayojana, which is the ultimate goal of life and which is the love of Godhead. So this way he explained everything, and then finally he quoted lot of beautiful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam that establishes this point, that how devotional service is always the supreme, and how a person who is advanced in devotional service can understand Krishna, who is the cause of all causes, and can understand all his opulences and his attributes. So this is all that we covered, and then also he explained that how then he establishes the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam, saying that Arthoham Brahma Sutranam, that this Srimad Bhagavatam is actually the essence of all the Vedanta Sutras, all the meaning of Vedanta Sutras, that is all present in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even the meaning of Gayatri, the Brahma Gayatri, is also there in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we know that beautiful verse, very first verse, which starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and ends with Satyam Param Dhimahi. So now he is establishing the essence of all the Vedic literatures is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So one should relish and study Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he quoted the beautiful 3 verses, the first 3 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, which are really, the summum bonum of everything. And then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he advised Prakashananda Saraswati, rather he instructed Prakashananda Saraswati that you should study Srimad Bhagavatam very scrutinizingly. So this word study is very important. Sometimes, we just go through Prabhupada's books, we just read Prabhupada's books, and that's not what Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said, don't read my books. You read newspapers, that's true, because you don't make notes of newspapers. You don't put it in your head. You just go through. It goes, okay, to an extent it goes through 1 year and it comes out of the other year. Yes, some things do stay in the brain to which you are attached to, but otherwise, you read newspapers. But this is not how we should read Srila Prabhupada's books. Rather, we should study Srila Prabhupada's books, and that too very scrutinizingly. Make notes of Srila Prabhupada's books. These purports are your personal purports. We should treat every purport of Srila Prabhupada as our personal purport. That if this purport is only for me, this is my personalized letter that is being given to us by Srila Prabhupada. So in that sense, in that attitude, one should read Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the last verse, which is 154, beautiful verse, Srila Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, Nirantara kare Krishna nama sankirtana. So these are the instructions that he is giving to Prakashananda Saraswati and all the residents of the Varanasi. And what he is saying, Nirantar kare Krishna nama sankirtana, means Nirantar, constantly chant the name of Krishna. Nirantara, constantly. Hela mukti pabe prema dhana. And one who chants and discusses Srimad Bhagavatam constantly, in that way you will be attain liberation very easily, and you will be elevated to the enjoyment of love of Godhead. So this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Prakashananda Saraswati and all the other Vaishnavas who were present there. So the 2 instructions, discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, study it nicely, and constantly chant the Mahamantra. Now, if one does so, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains it further, that today's word that we read, that Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param. So he says, one who constantly chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra and studies Srimad Bhagavatam, one comes on to the point where one establishes an irrevocable loving service in the heart for the Supreme Lord. And then finally, when there is an irrevocable loving service established, then one comes on the platform of bhava, asakti and then bhava. And at that time, one comes on this platform of Brahmabhuta Prasanatma level. This state of Brahmabhuta Prasanatma level is also known as the Atmananda, or the state of self-satisfaction, where one fully gets satisfied and is always engaged in the loving and the divine service of the Supreme Lord. So this verse, it's a very famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll not go deep into it because we have heard many times and we know what Krishna wants to say and how this verse can be established in our life. Moving forward, then he told that what about the Vaishnavas? What about the devotees? Even the people, the devotees who are into the impersonal Brahman effulgence, they are also attracted to hear the pastimes of Krishna. And then he quotes the example of Sukadeva Goswami. And we know that how Sukadeva Goswami, he told Parikshit Maharaj that how he was on a Brahman platform. He was on the Brahman realization, but how he was attracted to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. And that, we know that how when Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, when Sukadeva Goswami, he just walked away, right? And then he went to the forest, and how Srila Vyasadeva, he came and he told that he sent his disciples, and he quoted those beautiful verses which describes the external beauty of Krishna and the internal beauty of Krishna that transformed the heart of Sukadeva Goswami. And then finally he came back and then he studied nicely Srimad Bhagavatam, from his father Vyasadeva. So he quotes his own example, and then he quotes the example of 4 Kumaras also, that how even they were Brahmavadis, but when they were stopped at the gate of Vaikuntha by Jai and Vijay, and then Krishna came out, and then just by smelling the tulsi leaves, the aroma of that tulsi from the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even their hearts got transformed. So this is the beauty of bhakti that he is establishing. And then finally he quotes the famous Atmarama verse, Atmaramas chamunyo nirgranthapi krukrame kurvanti ahitakim bhakti ittambhuta gunohari. And we have done detailed session on this Atmarama verse where he's saying that all the Atmaramas, and who are all the Atmaramas, we have discussed in detail, that even they are so attracted to the loving service of Shri Krishna. So after discussing and telling him about all that, at that time, he was telling all this to Prakashan and the Saraswati. And at that time, one of the Brahmana, who was a Maharashtriya Brahmana, he mentioned that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmarama word so beautifully to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and later to Sanatana Goswami. Then Maharashtriya Brahman told that, to Sanatana Goswami, he mentioned the 61 explanations of the Atmarama word. We have covered that in detail. And then all the people, they were there at that point, they all expressed their desire to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to please explain us also all the 61 meanings of that Atmarama shloka. This is what, when we are so much attached to hear Krishna Katha, then we want to hear again and again. That brings the hankering of and lobe, the greed to hear Krishna Katha, which is a very high point. Otherwise, normally, whenever the pastimes of Krishna comes, oh, Govardhan Leela, I heard it so many times. Oh, this Leela, I've heard so many times. But we should not have that attitude. We should rather have that attitude of hearing Krishna Katha again and again. Because the more we hear, the more we get relish to it and more we have the entrance into that pastime. Right? So they also requested that please one more time explain us the whole different meanings of Atmarama shloka. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that when everyone, with wholeheartedly they requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained again all the 61 meanings of Atmarama shloka. And thus, everybody concluded after hearing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary person, rather he is Lord Sri Krishna himself. And finally, after hearing those, after telling those, actually the 61 verses of Atmarama verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he finally wants now to take leave of all of them, and all the devotees there, all the Vaishnavas that were present there, they offered their obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they paid their obeisances to him. So all the inhabitants of Kashi, the Varanasi, they started chanting Hare Krishna in ecstatic love, and they depicted that ecstatic symptoms also. See which level they were now in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they started depicting the symptoms of ecstatic symptoms of chanting, like they were crying, they were dancing, and they were laughing, and they were singing loudly. So all these ecstatic symptoms were coming up when they were chanting the Mahamantra. And finally, after this, all the Mayavadi sannyasis, all the learned scholars, even they started discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. So actually, Varanasi, the state of Varanasi, was famous for this, for this Mayavad philosophers. And, they were not discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, definitely not. But then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association, they started discussing Srimad Bhagavatam also, and they started chanting also. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that when this atmosphere, this environment was created in Varanasi, so Varanasi basically turned into Navadvip Dham. So there was no difference between Navadvip Dham and Varanasi now, because in both the places, the chanting of Hare Krishna was going on and the discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's what makes Navadvip, and thus the Varanasi was totally converted into Navadvip. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then returned to his residence with all his personal associates. Now, among his own associates, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, when he came back to his residence, he said, actually I came here to sell my ecstatic love that I was experiencing, and that what I got from my Guru Ishvara Puri and my Paramaguru Mahavendra Puri, what I got, I want to sell all that ecstatic love here. But after coming to Varanasi, I thought that no, I have to take back with all my love, because no one is here to, to purchase my love, because all the people here were, they were all Mayavads, and they were not ready to listen to me. So I thought, I have to carry back all whatever I have brought here. But after coming here and seeing that sincerity among all those people, and they were ready to purchase it, so therefore, just because of their will only, I have distributed them without charging anything. So this is the point, where it comes, where our will comes in between. That if our will is not strong, then no matter what, because Krishna's mercy is flowing everywhere like anything. Even if we go for book distribution, we knock onto the doors. So somebody if knocks our doors and brings Srila Prabhupada book, it's up to us whether we just smash the door and we say, I'm not interested, or in other way we can just hear, the devotee, what the devotee is saying, and at least give our ears and listen to what the devotee is saying, and probably then politely say no. Or in the third way, we can give our ears, understand it, and just give some donation and accept that book. So it's our will. There our will comes into play. And that's what even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, that it's because of your will, of the will of all the residents of Varanasi, that they were ready to purchase what I have brought, and I was ready to sell, and therefore they were converted into Vaishnavas. So this is how, when we say that, there is a process of doing devotional service, we have to start with Shraddha, and then it comes, sadhu sangha, bhajani kriya, nartha nivritti, so on, and then go on to the level of prema. So it starts with Shraddha. But even Bhagavatam describes that before Shraddha also we have further steps the steps even to reach on to that level of Shraddha, which is Satam Kripa and Mahat Seva. So there should be a mercy of a devotee. When the devotee is coming to distribute books, the devotee is spreading his mercy, in form of Srila Prabhupada books. They are giving this Srila Prabhupada books. So this mercy, the Satam Kripa is going on. And the Mahat Seva, if we accept it, and if we do some kind of seva like donation or hearing them properly, inviting them our home, if we are receptive to it, then we develop some Shraddha. And when that small Shraddha is developed, then we have this little bit of desire to have some sadhu sangha. So it's not that 100% when Shraddha develops, only then we go for sadhu sangha, only then we go for bhajana kriya. No, that's not true. Just little bit Shraddha inspires us to get some sadhu sangha, and so little bit sadhu sangha inspires us to do bhajana kriya. So when we are on the platform of a bhajan kriya, the sadhu sangha expands, the Shraddha expands. And when we come onto the level of bhajana kriya, little bit of sadhu sangha expands, and Shraddha expands more. So it's just like a pyramid. The base gets stronger and stronger. Our Shraddha gets stronger and stronger the more we climb up onto the different levels. And when we come onto the level of Anartha Nivritti, our Shraddha goes bigger, our Sadhu Sangha gets bigger, our Bhajana Kriya gets bigger, and then finally we come onto the Anartha Nivritti. So this is how the pyramid goes on. But even to come onto the level of Shraddha, we need Mahat Seva and we need Satam Kripa. Only then, we'll be able to come onto the level of Shraddha. So here also Mahaprabhu is telling that yes, there was no one to purchase my books, but it is because of their will only. Since they got a desire to hear me, they were able to convert it into Vaishnavas, and I was able to distribute whatever I have brought. And then then the devotees who were present there, they said, see, you have incarnated to deliver fallen souls. You have delivered everybody, right? The whole India was being delivered by you. You have delivered the people who were in East, in South, and now you are here delivering all of us in Varanasi. So actually only Varanasi was left, and just because now you have decided to come over to Varanasi and you have decided to deliver us, so that's why you brought that will in the devotees, that they were ready to purchase whatever you have brought. And thus all of them were very happy. And finally Sri Chaitanya, hundreds and thousands of people, they finally came to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to take his bath in the Ganges to see the temple of Vishveshwara, and that also we have discussed, that how Vishveshwara is the temple of Lord Shiva, Kashi Vishwanath, and there is another temple of Vishnu, which is Lord Bindu Madhava, and that also we have discussed in detail. The pastimes also. And finally, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the temple of Vishveshwara and Kashi, everybody came and lined up, and they just want to just have a glance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as soon as they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they started chanting and they started paying their obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Varanasi for 5 days, and on the 6th day he announced that he wants to leave Varanasi now. And so on the 6th day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after rising early, he started leaving, and then 5 devotees, they came and they said to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we are going to follow wherever you are going. And those 5 devotees, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning, one was Tapana Mishra, second was Raghunath, third was the Maharashtra Brahmana, then Chandrasekhara, whose house Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying, and then Paramananda Kirtanya. So these 5 devotees said that we want to follow you wherever you go. And Paramananda Kirtanya, it was also mentioned in the starting of Madhya Leela, where he was mentioned that he was a friend of Chandrasekhara, and he used to sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra and other songs in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that was his service, Paramananda Kirtaniya. and he was a friend of Chandrasekhar. That was mentioned, actually, you might be knowing, it was mentioned in the starting of Madhya Lila. So these 5 devotees, Raghunath, Tapana Mishra, Maharashtriya Brahmana also it was discussed, who came and told that, who invited him to his home, and he also invited Prakashananda Saraswati, and therefore the whole debate went on between Prakashananda Saraswati and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was the Maharashtriya Brahmana, and then the Chandrasekhara and Paramananda Kirtanya. These 5 of them wanted to accompany Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri. But Lord attentively and very politely bid farewell to them and said, no, you all are not going to accompany me. I just want to go all alone, and you may come later to see me, but right now I'll go alone through the path of Jharkhand forest. So,
Mataji, on and off your voice is fading away, so if thank you, Mataji. Yeah, on and off, like, suddenly the last part of the sentence is going low like that.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay, hopefully it will not go now. Okay, so just to interrupt if it goes again. So then finally Sanatana Goswami, we all know, was also present, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami that you go to Vrindavan and I'll, via, taking the route of Jharkhand forest, I'll go to Jagannath Puri. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told Sanatana Goswami that, there are many devotees who go to Vrindavan. They are generally very poor. They have nothing but a torn quilt and just a small water pot. So therefore, dear Sanatana Goswami, whenever you go, you should give them the shelter and try to maintain all these devotees. So to this, actually, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in his purport that this is what the ISKCON is, because following the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, he instructed the temples in Vrindavan and Mayapur, where all the devotees from all over the world come and take shelter. And there is a big ashram there, and they can enhance their spiritual life. Then after saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced all the devotees, but all the devotees were so immersed in love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they all fainted and they fell down. But when they came into consciousness, they again started chanting, and they were so much grief-stricken. But finally, there was no option because Mahaprabhu has left now, and they finally returned back to their homes with grief-stricken. And there, on the other hand, Sanatana Goswami, he proceeded to Vrindavan. Now, when Rupa Goswami, he reached Mathura, he met a very wonderful devotee. So, let's not confuse ourselves. There, Sanatana Goswami, he proceeded to Vrindavan as per the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left Varanasi, and then he said, I'm going to Jagannath Puri, taking the route of Jharkhand. But here, now this is the point where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami take a little pause, and he said, now I want to discuss about Rupa Goswami. So he said that Rupa Goswami has already reached Mathura, and there he met Subhuddhi Rai. Now Subhuddhi Rai on the banks of Yamuna, on which a place is known as Dhruva Ghat. Right? So there he met Subhuddhi Rai. And now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in few verses will describe who Subhuddhi Rai was, then how, he met Rupa Goswami, and then how he treated Rupa Goswami. So now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is changing little bit, taking a pause from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and all the Varanasi's devotees, and now he's coming on to the point that now Rupa Goswami, how he met Subhuddhi Rai. So he's telling that Subhuddhi Rai was actually, he was very well known for his scholarship. And he has been a big landlord in Gauda Desh. So Gauda Desh is basically the ancient capital of Bengal. Right? So there, Subhuddhi Rai was a big landlord there in Gauda Desh. And he was also a very big, well-known, scholar. There he had a servant. Subhuddhi Rai had a servant whose name was Sayyid Hussain Khan. Right? And Subhuddhi Rai was also in charge of digging a big lake, and while he was in charge of digging a big lake, his servant Sayyid Hussain Khan was also involved in his project. But one fine day what happened that, some kind of unknown fault was committed by Sayyid Hussain Khan, and Subudhi Roy, he became so upset with his servant that just in anger he struck him with a whip. He started whipping Sayyid Hussain Khan. But Sayyid Hussain Khan was quite noble person, and he thought that Subudhi Roy has maintained me, so he accepted those whip marks also. But he didn't basically took any kind of offense from Subudhi Roy. He was still respectful to Subudhi Roy, and so this went on. But later, because of the will of the providence, you can say, or because there was a rule of Mughals, that Hussain Khan, the Sayyid Hussain Khan, he was appointed as Nawab by the central Muslim government, because there was a rule of a Mughal government. And then since, the Mughals, they were little bit close to their own caste people, Muslim people. So he came in contact with Sayyid Hussain Khan, and so he appointed him as a Nawab. So just as a matter of obligation, what this Nawab, the Sayyid Hussain Khan did, he increased the opulence of Subudhi Roy. So there also we have so much of understanding, like somebody if treats us, say a bad words to us, we take so much of offense that we don't want to forget the whole lifetime. Here, Sayyid Hussain Khan was whipped literally by Subudhi Roy, but still he had no grudges against him. So when Sayyid Hussain Khan was on to the top position, rather taking any kind of revenge from Subudhi Roy, he just, increased his opulences and put him onto the higher level so that he can repay whatever Subudhi Roy has done to him when he was under him. So just as a matter of obligation, he increased the opulences of Subudhi Roy. But later, one day, what happened, the Sayyid Hussain Khan's wife, she saw all the whip marks on his body. And then she requested that you have to tell me how these marks are there on your back. And then Sayyid Hussain Khan narrated the whole story, that how Subudhi Roy has done, because there was some fault, he could find out while I was involved in the project of digging a big lake. And so he whipped me. And this wife was so upset that she requested that now you're in a very high position. Why don't you give orders to kill Subudhi Roy? And then Hussain Khan replied, hey, what are you talking about? How can I do that? Subudhi Roy has maintained me for so many years. So just for one instance, how can I forget all that good that he has done to me? And you are asking me to kill? No, this is not a very good proposal, and I'm not going to listen to you. And then the wife was really upset, and she said, okay, if you don't want to kill him, then at least I want to request you that you turn him into a Muslim. But Hussain Khan said, oh, that also I cannot do it, because, it's very much impossible that I can convert a big Brahmana into a Muslim. It will be just equivalent to a death, equivalent to killing of Subudhi Roy. So I'm also not going to do that. But this wife was so adamant, and she said, if you are not going to listen to me, then I'll give up my life. So it was quite a perplexing situation for Nawab Hussain Khan. And finally he said, okay, I'll listen to you. Definitely I'll not kill him. But just on the request of his wife, what he did, he sprinkled a little water on Subudhi Roy's head from a pitcher which was used by a Muslim. So just see what he did. Just from a pitcher which is used by the Muslim people, he took little bit of water and sprinkled on the head of Subudhi Roy. Now, just doing this simple act, it was considered now Subudhi Roy is turned into Muslim. Why? Because at that time, the situation was such that as per Hindu rules, it was at that time was that if the Hindu has touched the water which is water or any remnant which is being used by the Muslims, then they lose their status of being a Hindu. They know that at that time actually there was some Hindu rules were prevalent at that time, that if you have touched a Muslim or touched any remnants which is being used by Muslims, then you lose your caste. So Prabhupada mentions that how when the Mughals were there, they were on the minority level and the others were on the majority level, the Hindus. So Hindus, they were forcibly made to eat the flesh of cow, and consequently they were turned into Muslims. So Prabhupada mentions that actually the Muslims in India, whatever are there, they are not from any other country. Whatever Muslims, they are there now, they are basically converted Hindus. Why? Because some Hindus were forcibly converted, either by eating cow's flesh, or also another time, there was so much heavy taxes being levied to all the Hindus. And Aurangzeb, actually at that time, the Mughal emperor, he announced that I'll lay very heavy taxes on the Hindus, but if you want to get rid of those taxes, then better convert yourself into Muslims. So a lot of Hindus, because they were so on the low caste category, they were not able, they don't have that facility to pay those taxes, so they decided to convert themselves into Muslims so that they can be relieved from those taxes. So this is how the culture was, and so Prabhupada is quoting that these Muslims are not from other countries, rather they are converted Hindus only, because under the pressure of those Mughal emperors, these Hindus were forced to take this, to leave their caste and accept the Hindu Muslim caste. And this is what also, and there was also this prevalent was also there that, if somebody comes in contact of a Muslim, he'll become a Muslim. And Prabhupada also quotes about Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, that how they were born in a very high Brahmana family, but because they accepted the employment under the Muslim government, and they were accepting the salary from that Muslim government, and from that salary they were earning their livelihood and they were sustaining themselves, so they were also considered Muslims. And we know that how even their names got changed. So this is how Prabhupada is explaining. But finally, he said that this is not the real culture. And this Krishna conscious movement is basically to train us that we don't belong to any sect. Rather, there is one God, there is one scripture, that is Bhagavad Gita, and there should be only one activity to perform devotional service unto that. We are all the part and parcel of that one fire, one spiritual being, and we are just a part and parcel of that supreme spirit. We should understand our constitutional position rather than fighting upon all these caste systems. And then he quotes about Mamaji, Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, that all living entities are just the part and parcel of that supreme spirit. But anyways, coming back to the point that finally the water was sprinkled on Subudhi Roy's head, and now Subudhi Roy, everybody thought now he's been converted into Muslim. So actually before that only Subudhi Roy has lost all his interest in, in his grahastha life. And so taking this as an opportunity that now he has lost his caste system. So he said that, okay, I'll leave everything, and then he started going to Varanasi. He left all his family, all his business affairs, and then he went to Varanasi. But when Subudhi Roy came to Varanasi, he told all the Brahmanas of Varanasi that how his conversion of Islam happened, and then he asked them that what should I do next. So all the Brahmanas of the Varanasi, they told him that you should drink hot ghee and give up your life. So Prabhupada quotes that this was the prevalent situation that time, that if somebody is converted into Muslim, then either they can enter into fire and give up their life, or yes, they can drink hot ghee and give up their life. But the point is, either you be a Muslim and live like a Muslim, or if you are really not interested in doing so, then you should give up your life. So, but then Subudhi Roy was not happy, and then Subudhi Roy consulted other Brahmanas, and then they told him that he has not committed some, a very grievous fault, and then he should not drink ghee and he should not give up his life. But Subudhi Roy was very much confused of what to do and what not to do, because there were different opinions of different Brahmanas in Varanasi. So in that state of perplexity, Subudhi Roy, he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Varanasi, and he narrated his entire story to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what should I do now? And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised him that the best is go to Vrindavan and chant Hare Krishna constantly. And this is a solution to all the sinful activities. That's what Prabhupada explains, that go to Vrindavan and chant Hare Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna will free you from all the complexities of life. And then you will realize Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, engage into his devotional service and perfect your life, and then you can return home back to Godhead. So this was the advice that was given to Subudhi Roy by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further advised Subudhi Roy that just begin the chanting of Hare Krishna, and when your chanting becomes almost pure, means Namabha stage, when you reach the Namabha stage, all your sinful reactions will go away, and finally you will perfect your life and will seek shelter under the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. So here Prabhupada also quotes that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, we should not consider that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is pure and sometimes impure. Rather, the chanter, we are impure, and that's why we don't see the desired results. Because sometimes we do get this that, I've been chanting for years now, but still I'm not able to reach onto that level. So we have to understand that it's not the fault of Mahamantra. The Mahamantra is always pure. It's the fault of us, because we are not chanting with utmost sincerity and dedication. So if we do so, then definitely the chanting will show its results. And it's only by the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra that one can get relieved from all the material contamination, and one can seek shelter into the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. So these was the instructions that was given to Subudhi Roy by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he further said that once when you are situated at the lotus feet of Krishna, no sinful reaction can touch you. And this is the best solution for all your sinful activities. And then what happened? After receiving these orders from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan, Subudhi Roy immediately left Varanasi. He took 3 halts, one at Prayag, then at Ayodhya, and then at Naimisharanya, and finally he moved forward for Vrindavan. So there Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes that when Subudhi Roy, when he stayed some time at Naimisharanya, and during that time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Prayag after visiting Vrindavan. But after reaching Mathura, Subudhi Roy received the information, and he became so happy that, he'll get to see Lord. But, at that time, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visiting Vrindavan, at that time Subudhi Roy was at Naimisharanya. So he just missed seeing Lord. He was not able to come in contact with the Lord, and he became so unhappy. And there, when he reached Vrindavan, Subudhi Roy, what he did, he used to collect some dry wood in the forest, and he would take them to the city of Mathura just to sell them. And for each load, he would just receive 5 or 6 paisa. So out of those 5 and 6 paisa, he will just use 1 paisa for his own livelihood. And, what he used to eat is just fried chickpeas just to keep his body and soul together. The rest 4 or 5 paisas, whatever he saves, he used to save and deposit it in the, to some merchant and as his savings. At that time, because there were no banks as such, so the custom was that whosoever wants to save some money, they'll go to a merchant and, just deposit their money. so that their money is safe, and as their savings, they can keep on saving. So this was the tradition, and he did it. And finally, whatever money he saved to that merchant, he used to use it in providing food to the Vaishnavas whosoever come and visit Vrindavan. And all his savings he used in supplying some basic necessities, some yogurt, and whenever he saw some poverty-stricken Vaishnava, he will use that money to feed him. So that was the Vaishnava Seva he was involved in. So he was constantly chanting. He was staying in Vrindavan, which is Dhamwas, and then he doing his Vaishnava Seva. And of course, he was in the association of all the devotees in Vrindavan. So he was following all those limbs. And then one fine day, Rupa Goswami came and he arrived at Mathura. And Subudhi Roy, out of love and affection, he wanted to serve him in so many ways. And then he personally took Rupa Goswami for the Vrindavan Yatra, and they all went and see the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So now in purport, actually, Prabhupada quotes that Srila Rupa Goswami, we know that how he had been a minister in the government of Hussain Shah, and how Hussain Shah was a servant at that time to Subudhi Roy. So see the connection? Now we can see the connection. So Subudhi Roy actually told that how Nawab Hussain Shah was actually, this boy was a servant to me. But Rupa Goswami was working under the government of Hussain Shah. So yes, Subudhi Roy was much more elderly to Rupa Goswami, but still, since Super Rupa Goswami was a well-known Vaishnava at that time, he just served Rupa Goswami very lovingly, and he showed him the all 12 forests of Vrindavan. And Rupa Goswami remained in Mathura for 1 month in the association of Subudhi Roy, and after that he left Vrindavan in search of his elder brother Sanatan Goswami. So now we can join the dots. See, Sanatan Goswami was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan, and he said that I will go to Jagannath Puri via Jharkhand. On the other hand, Rupa Goswami was already in Mathura. But there, he said, okay, I know Sanatan Goswami is coming to Vrindavan, so let me go on to the opposite sides, and in between I'll meet my brother. So thinking this, Rupa Goswami, he left Vrindavan so that I can meet somewhere in between to meet my brother, somewhere in between onto the path of Varanasi and Vrindavan. So when Rupa Goswami heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has gone to Prayag on the road along the banks of the Ganges, so Rupa Goswami along with his brother Anupama, they also went on that way to meet the Lord. But after reaching Prayag, Sanatan Goswami actually, he took the path along the public road. So when Sanatan Goswami went from Bengal, he was coming to Varanasi to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because at that time we all know the story that how Sanatan Goswami left his job. He was jailed by Nawab Hussain Shah, and then how he gave some money to one of the jailer, and then he came out with one of his servants, and that they rested in some hotel, roadside motel kind of thing. And there, that motel owner tried to kill them, but then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know, oh, he is after the money. And then he came to know that his servant is carrying some gold coins. So he gave those gold coins, and then he requested that owner just to help him go out of the way, because if he'll go via road, then everybody will recognize Sanatan Goswami. So that owner helped Sanatan Goswami to go through that Kacha road, through that jungle area. So through that jungle area, he came to Varanasi, and then he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But after that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now enough. Now nobody will recognize you. Now you have been into a Vaishnava, and just forget about everything and just go to Vrindavan via roadside. But Rupa Goswami was still under the impression that, Sanatan Goswami will not take the village and this roadside thing. So he went along the banks of the river so that he thought that Sanatana Goswami will still follow the incognito path. So he thought, I'll meet, but he was following the village and roadside path, so they were not able to meet each other. But finally, what happened now, Sanatana Goswami, he reached Mathura, and then he also met Subudhi Roy, and then Subudhi Roy explained the whole thing, that how Rupa Goswami and Anupama, they have left Vrindavan in search of you only, and they are following this path. And this Kaviraj Goswami quotes that since they were following two different paths, they were not able to meet each other. And then Subudhi Roy told Sanatana Goswami also about his story, that how he also knew Nawab Hussain Shah, and then Subudhi Roy engaged himself in serving Sanatana Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami was little hesitant in accepting his service and his sentiments and in affection, but still, because he was in a renounced order now, Sanatana Goswami, he was wandering from forest to forest, but still, Subudhi Roy was very much eager to serve, and so he was serving. And then Sanatana Goswami, what he did, he collected some books about the archaeological evocations in Mathura, and then he wandered forest to forest just to renovate this, first of all, reallocate those places, the holy places in Vrindavan and Mathura, and then finally renovate them. So just through the help of the books, he came and he, evolved all those holy places that were already present in Vrindavan, but they were lost because of the long period of gap. So, but he explored all that, and then he started renovating all those holy places. And then Sanatana Goswami remained in Vrindavan, and Rupa Goswami and Anupama, they returned to Varanasi. Now, when Rupa Goswami arrived at Varanasi, and they also met the same Maharashtriya Brahmana, the Chandrasekhar, the Tapan Mishra, and they just narrated everything, that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here, and he instructed everybody in the Varanasi how to study Srimad Bhagavatam, how to chant, and how he convinced all the Mayavadis and propounded his Vaishnava philosophies. They were all narrating everything to Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami, when he heard all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became so happy at how beautifully Mahaprabhu has delivered all those Mayavadi sannyasis. And when Rupa Goswami saw that all the people of Varanasi, they have respected Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they were so much, eager to hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became very happy. And then after staying in Varanasi for 10 days, then Rupa Goswami, he returned to Bengal. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said that this is how I have described you about everything, about the activities of Rupa Goswami, about Sanatana Goswami, about the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then about Subudhi Krishna Rai. So it's already 11:53. I think so I should stop here. This is the right time. We can move forward also, but this is, I think so, the right time where we can stop. And let's see after that what happened, that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he returned to Jagannath Puri, and who accompanied him when he was there in Jagannath Puri. And after that, actually, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will give an overview of this whole Madhya Leela. So this is the right time where we can pause and we can take a break. So we'll continue with text number 222. So I have covered almost 70-80 verses today, but they were just in a storyline, so I thought let's move forward and go ahead. Okay, so thank you all so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. I am really, really grateful that you covered all of these, because it puts the story in perspective and it was very easy to follow. Now I had one question. I know I have not understood it properly. That's why the question is coming. So, Rupa Goswami was going to meet Sanatana Goswami,
And Sanatan Goswami, first he was taking the forest roads, then he took the main road. So Rupa Goswami was going in the forest road thinking Sanatan Goswami will be there, and he missed him and he went to Varanasi, right? Now after he went to Varanasi, then he should have returned back to Vrindavan, right? Why did he go to Bengal then?
Because then he came to know that Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri. So he thought, okay, let me go to Puri and Bengal, that area. Because he has already, you can see the difference, right? He left Vrindavan and then he came to Varanasi. Then he came to see Sanatan Goswami. But then if he missed Sanatan Goswami, he didn't thought to go back to Vrindavan. Rather, then he came to know that Mahaprabhu has gone to Puri. So he thought, okay, let me move forward, go to Bengal and then see Mahaprabhu there.
Ah, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And then he hears from Mahaprabhu. No, that's all, right?
No.
That is before itself.
That is before itself. It's not the first time he's meeting. That's all before.
That's all over. So this time he just wants to meet him in Puri. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
No. Thank you, Mataji. This was so good. I really liked the class very much. It was fast moving, and really reading Caitanya Caritamrta in connection with the previous stories makes a lot of sense. It is very relishable that way. So thank you very much for choosing to speak on 70 verses together in a story format. It really helped. And also the Subudhi Rai story, also covering it like that was really good, because if we had gone verse by verse, I'm sure we would have missed a lot of connections. So, and also how you were that's right. Prabhupada's purport about the connection between that Hussain Shah and Subudhi Rai and Rupa Goswami, all that totally came into place. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Madhya. But trust me, I was just reading the translations and little bit here and there from the purport. So our glories to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, they made it so clear for all of us to understand and relish Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Very good.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Sundari Mataji, Koti Dandvat Pranam. As usual, very nectarian class, Mataji. Mataji, one thing I want to inform that now 70% is clear when you are doing Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta. Mataji so nicely, Sanatan Goswami, Rup Goswami, what is the mood to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they divide in a four parts, that gold, and when they are staying in a night that one place, that time also the one gold is there, and Sanatan Goswami, they give it to that the person is the Prabhuji is with him, and they start to go, and they are not staying more than 3 days in one place. So that this is the lesson that what should our mood to serve our Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, that the difficulties came in our life by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Shri Radha Gopinath, that we will surrender ourselves more and more sincerely to Shri Radha Gopinath. So what is the mood that from one place from Banaras to it is very far from Bangladesh to Banaras, and then Sri Dhamruna, and by the road of jungle, no food, no water, and what is their mood to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mataji? Today we understand day by day by all the Matajis and Prabhujis hearing Mataji, we understand that what should the mood of our six Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Rup Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and where we are, we get all the facility by Shri Radha Gopinath, that big house, car, all the material things that we don't have to work. But still we are not reading Chaitanya Charitamrta. So that this is, I learned lesson that Gopinath is given all facility to us that we can read and serve Shri Radha Gopinath, Srila Prabhupada, Srila so sincerely, all the Vaishnava. The struggle time is over. This is the time to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta in whatever our capacity. Like I can explain in Hindi or Gujarati, I can serve the Vaishnava. My Gurudev, Pathya Guru Kishori, Mataji, I am so stupid that not 1 year, up to 3 years, I just hear the lecture and keep it there only, not follow sincerely. From childhood, Papa is doing so many sevas, Laddu Gopal seva in my house, but still me and my brothers are not sincere in bhakti. After marriage, when the problems came, then we become sincere in bhakti, little sincere in bhakti. So we should not take it easily. We cannot get the association of Vaishnava easily. Mataji, at least I start at least 15 minutes a day. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta. And so many things clear. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam to your sincerity. So beautifully you mentioned everything, and then you told that how we are into a midst of all the wonderful facilities, still make excuses of not going through Srila Prabhupada's purport, not going to Srila Prabhupada's books, and not studying them properly. So that should not be the mood. So thank you, Mataji, and thank you that you shared that how sincerely you have started reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta now. So it's so beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida, Sundari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. A wonderful, wonderful way of connecting the entire pastime completely. Thank you so much for that. It puts everything in perspective and gives us a real idea on what was happening, the entire story. But Mataji, I did have a question on, so you're talking about what they become, they change from Hindu to Muslim when water is sprinkled on them from a Muslim's picture. And then there are some other also conditions by which they can make a Hindu or Muslim, right? So, so where did all this come from? Like, from where did these rules emerge?
Oh, these rules were self-made, Mataji, because at that time the Mughal emperor was there, and they were so much unhappy with the way they were dealing with the general mass of people. So the Hindus, the big zamidars, those who were on a big, some status in the society, they themselves made this rule that, since you are taking the earning of the Mughals, so now you are categorized as Muslim. Oh, you have touched a Muslim body, so now you are also a Muslim. So this is how they made their rules, and Muslims took advantage of it. They said, oh, okay, this way they are treating their own people, their own brothers like this, so why not take an advantage of all this? And so they started doing the same thing, that they'll go and forcefully, what will they do? They'll sprinkle their own used water onto some Hindus and tell them, oh, now I have sprinkled, so now you have become contaminated, and now you are no more welcomed in your caste system, so now you have to join our Muslim community. So these were all self-made rules at that time by the Hindus who were on the upper status of the society. They made it, and then Muslims took undue advantage of it. So this was how they were literally converted into Muslims. All the Hindus were converted. And then later Aurangzeb came, and then he propounded this new law that I'll levy heavy taxes on the on the Hindus, and if you are not ready to pay, then accept the Muslim culture and just convert yourself, and so that you'll be relieved from those taxes. So these are all political issues and political things. It's nothing nowhere written in some shastras. They were all propounded by the people there only.
Okay, so by the time we had the distinction Hindu, Muslim and all that, we didn't have like the whole... Sorry?
Oh yes, we have that. By the time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, there was a difference between Hindu and Muslims. Yes, there was.
Right, and so we can see that even 2000 years before, like around the time of Buddha also, there was Hindu and then Buddhism came in, right?
Yes,
so that
exactly, yes.
Already divided up. Okay.
Yes, it's only through 5,000 years when Yudhishthira Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj was there, and that time the entire earth planet was into one dharma, and that was Varnashram dharma. Later, maybe I don't know about how many, 2,000 or 3,000 years back, when Muhammad came, there the distinction started between Hindu and Muslim.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So informative. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you all so much for all your wonderful association. And from Monday, Preeti will ask me if we can note it's from text number 222. So the devotee can start.
Thank you, Mataji.
And
Mataji, if you are not
what, Mataji, your voice broke?
Yes, Mataji, if you are not tired, sing whatever you like to sing, Mataji.
Oh, sing. Yes, Mataji. I'm not at all tired at all. But what should I sing? That's the point.
Shri Brahma Samhita Shloka?
Brahma Samhita.
Whatever you like, Mataji.
Few verses of Brahma Samhita.
One or two.
Okay, if you don't mind, can I sing Gopi Geet?
Gopinath ki jai, yes.
Okay, I'll try to sing Gopi Geet.
That is my desire, but not able to explain you. With the mercy of Gopinath.
Okay, I'll sing Gopi Geet. Okay, let me just open. Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja sharatindira shashvadatrahi daita drishtita dikshutavakas त्वयि दृष्टाथवा त्वं विचिन्वते शरददाशरे साधुजात सत् शर्षिजोधरा शीमुषादृशा सुरतनाथ ते शुल्कदासिका वरते निघ्नतो नेहा किं वदा तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णति ये भूरिधा जना भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिधा जना. I'll go reach to Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Kirtida Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So happy that you are in the call.
I see your name. So I just
Thank you.
get the time. Thank you so much for nice class.
Thank you.
Day by day, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, the nectar in your Krishna Katha is coming, pure nectar from first day, but it is going on more and more and more and more that we realize, we can see that Leela, that much potency now in your class, Mataji. Hari Hari Gauranga.
Yeah, it's all because of your wonderful associations, Mataji. Glories to Bhakti Sangha. Okay, so thank you so much. What, Mataji?
You're doing so much study.
I don't know. This lockdown is, forcing us to study. We have nothing to do. So thanks to Corona, I should say.
Yes. One way it is good.
Yeah, one way it is good. Actually, for devotees, they, take everything positive. From all the negative situations, they take positive.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Okay, please stop here.
Okay. Anyone else has any comments for Mataji or any questions? Okay. Then we can stop. Thank you all so much for joining us. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Caitanya Caritamrta ki jai. Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji ki jai.